Greetings, greetings, greetings. Eric Backer from New Zealand. It's good to be back. Now, got a question from a subscriber here. What external creams do you recommend for oral thrush? Well, I don't really recommend creams. You don't rub creams inside your mouth, to be honest. But I'm going to give you some tips today on different things you can do for oral problems. I've suffered a bit from oral problems because I'm getting work done on my teeth. And I've had now getting teeth where I've been lacking teeth, so I've been biting the inside of the buccal wall, the cheek wall. I've been, sometimes my tongue got a bit nibbled in the past because some of my teeth were damaged. So how did I cope with that? What did I do? Well, I used a calendula rinse for my mouth, calendula. So calendula is a liquid herb. I'll write it down on a piece of paper. There's lots of people watch these videos that can't understand sometimes what I say. So calendula is a beautiful little flower, little yellow flower. I'll hold this up so you can see that. Calendula or calendula. Can you see that? I'll hold that there for a sec. There. So calendula, in fact, I grow in the garden all around my beehive. So I've got borage and calendula growing there. It's a beautiful little yellow flower, and it's been used for a long, long time. I first remember reading when I was a student about calendula in one of my homeopathic books. A lady who was a homeopath and worked a lot with people in World War I, with soldiers, with shotgun wounds and with terrible injuries. And she used calendula really, they call it a vulnerary, so it heals the skin quite rapidly. So it's quite good for mucous membrane, so the inside of the mouth, even the tongue. It's antifungal. It's great for vaginal washing. It's great for mouth washing. So it's an oral rinse. And when I had a tooth extracted not that long ago, quite a large extraction, I immediately, in the dentist chair, I rinsed my mouth with calendula tincture. So I put the tincture neat in my mouth, straight on the socket, in fact. The dentist was horrified because the dentist wanted that a plug to form there. But I insisted that I rinse the mouth immediately with calendula before the extraction, after the extraction, and then I was rinsing 2 hourly. When I went back to the dentist about 5 days later, he said the healing response that he saw within 5 days of the extraction normally takes 2 to 3 weeks. He said, I don't know what the hell this stuff is. He said, but it's magic. I said, it's not magic, it's herbal medicine. You guys need to grab onto this kind of stuff, So the point I'm making is calendula is a very powerful healer. There are many herbs that are great for inside the mouth. Calendula is one. The other one is St. John's wort, or Hypericum perforatum. So St. John's wort and calendula combined 50-50, even better. St. John's wort is great for nerve pain, and it's also a vulnerary, also a healer. So these are healers, and the St. John's wort's not antifungal, it's more of a healing agent. And as you know, it's also used for depression. So what other things can you use in the mouth besides calendula, particularly which is antifungal? You can use tea tree oil. Now, people freak out when I say this, but you can easily put 1 or 2 drops of tea tree oil in a cup of quite warm water and then swish that around your mouth several times and spit it out. So that's very good to do first thing in the morning. Don't swallow the tea tree oil, although I know people who've taken 20 drops internally daily for months without any problem. But they tell you not to take internal oils internally. Mouth's perfectly fine. So I'll just say that again. 2 drops of tea tree oil in some warm water, swish that around your mouth, spit it out. You do that every morning. Now that's great antifungal, antiviral, antibacterial. You can even do a deep throat gargle with that to clean all the back of the tongue right up. That's a good tip for you. If you've got a coated tongue, like really wide and gross, and you're sick of it, get some colloidal silver spray. There's one brand I particularly like, which I've shown repeatedly on YouTube. It's called Silver Biotics. I like this product. It comes from Utah. I met the guy in the States a few years ago. That's amazing stuff. A couple of squirts. Yeah, I'll show you how to do it. My tongue's not white, but I'll show you anyway. I usually give it a shake and gone down the hatch. Doesn't taste too bad. Doesn't taste like beer or anything like that, but it still tastes good. So a few sprays on the tongue. Now you could do that when you get up in the morning and just before you go to bed at night. Okay, just a couple of sprays in the mouth with a silver, a colloidal silver like that. You don't need a high ppm parts per million. You know, anywhere between 5 up to 10 parts is fine. But a product like that works very, very well for oral thrush. Okay, so we've spoken about calendula, tea tree oil, colloidal silver. You can also do oil pulling. Get a dessert spoon of oil. You know, I like using sesame oil. I prefer the Japanese sesame oil. I find that to be very palatable. And that can be done during the middle of the day, especially. Also, first thing you get up in the morning, but the oil's not so palatable. So you put the oil in your mouth and you do that for about 3 or 4 minutes as you're making breakfast. Just watch out, your partner might think something's going on there, that you've got some kind of a weird disease or something, but you'll be going like that. And then you find the trash can and spit that out. Do it every morning. Now, oil attracts lots of stuff into it. So you can see now the point I'm making, by combining oral rinsing with herbs, by using a bit of colloidal silver, which actually kills on contact, by doing the oil pulling, regularly, you're going to really get that mouth really cleaned up. But here's the kicker. You got to eat good food. You can't be drinking a can of Dr. Pepper, or have 5 beers, Budweiser's, and a piece of pizza the night before, and then expect to have a good oral cavity. You need to eat good food, all right? Fresh vegetables, fresh fruits, healthy lean meats. These are foods that are going to really increase your gut bacteria and also your mouth bacteria. So clean diet, clean mouth. Crappy diet, crappy mouth. Does it make sense? That's a couple of tips for you on the oral cavity. So don't use creams. Don't start smearing creams inside your mouth. I had a patient years ago that used steroid creams inside her mouth. For goodness sakes, that's not really the right approach, is it? So try those ideas and leave some comments and subscribe. Thanks for tuning in.